Hey guys, we're on the grounds of the National Cathedral. That's pretty much where we start all our bike rides. We're heading down into the city today to get some lunch, someplace I've never taken you before, but someplace that is an iconic institution of Washington, D.C., a place that all the famous celebrities and politicians go whenever they come to town. And it's really just a carryout. So let's spin down to U Street, and I'll show you this little restaurant. Then we'll go see the other stuff. So like many days, we have started going down Massachusetts Avenue, which is kind of the only way we have to get into the city. We're going to cut back through this neighborhood, Calorama, back by Barack Obama's house, and the Russian defense attaché, where the Russians do all their spying. And then we're going to come back into the neighborhood we need to be in just a bit. This is Ivanka Trump's old house, where she used to live with Jared Kushner. And let's go up this way. We're going to go up this way because there's more of a downhill on the other end. But yeah, there are some pretty nice houses back here. Many of them are embassies. That looks like the Austrian ambassador's house. And I think there's a couple more down here. A couple more ambassadors. What flag is that? Black, red, and green. That's an ambassador's place. It's a nice one. And over here, I believe, yes, Embassy of Monaco. The ambassador of Monaco is over here. Another embassy here. And of course, my favorite house in DC is over here. We'll take a look there before we head out. We were here just the other day, but heck, it's fun to come back. There's Thailand embassy, and then there, the French ambassador's house. And in the front lawn of the French ambassador's house is a new addition, the Statue of Liberty. That was just added, just flown over from France actually, last month or two, and put on display here at the French ambassador's home in the Calorama neighborhood of Washington, D.C. I'm not sure if that's a model or if that was like a production model or what that was. I don't know the full details on that. But it's here and will be for a couple years, I believe. All right, let's keep going and go get some food. So we are at, where are we? This is Calorama Drive. We need to go down to U Street and over to about 14th. So we got a good 10 blocks east and a good 6 or 7 blocks south before we get to our destination. But let's zigzag around and see what we see back in these little streets. So remember, you guys were talking about all the fences that they put around the trees when they're doing construction. Well, it's because of streets like this. You can have tree-lined streets if you protect the trees. And that's what the city really does when they have a new construction project on a road. They insist that fences be put around the trees to protect them so they can maintain this tree cover and have these tree-lined streets that are very, very popular. All right, we're on 19th Street. Like I said, we gotta go down to 14th. Gas is $3.40 in the city. The city has a little bit higher taxes than the suburbs for gasoline, so sometimes, and then of course there's the transit costs of bringing gasoline into the urban core versus out in the suburbs. I think out in Maryland, or it's probably $3.20, $3.25 out in Maryland right now, so $3.40 here. You pay about an extra dime to a quarter to get filled up in this district, which is why most people go over across the border and fill up over there. Some of you are asking about the crosswalks with the green stuff in them. The green part of the crosswalk is the bike lane. It's an indication to watch for bicycles. Not always followed by delivery trucks like that guy. So we're in the U Street neighborhood, Shaw, and you're looking at the Lincoln Theater. The Lincoln Theater dates back to, before the 20s. And this is a place where some of the greats of culture in America have played. Duke Ellington, Pearl Bailey, Louis Armstrong, Lionel Hampton, Ella Fitzgerald, Cab Calloway, just to name a few, have all played in the Lincoln Theater at one time or another. But that's not why I brought you here. I brought you here for the building next door. Ben's Chili Bowl since 1958. Ben's Half Smokes. Now, a half smoke is a Washington, D.C. delicacy. Maryland might have crabs, Baltimore might have pit beef, but Washington, D.C. has the half smoke. And a half smoke is half pork, half beef. It's kind of a hot dog, sausage tasting thing. This was opened in 1950, and it survived the Martin Luther King riots. In fact, it was one of the few places that was open during the rioting. Stokely Carmichael, the civil rights leader, actually pleaded with the owner of this place, can you keep it open? Can you keep it open late? And he got special permission from the police to keep this place open late. And inside, the police and the activists would meet and eat a hot dog or a half smoke and try to calm down the situation during the 1968 riots, as most of this neighborhood was burning to the ground. Today, it is an icon in Washington, D.C. It is someplace that everyone comes to when they visit Washington, D.C. From Presidents Bush to Obama to movie stars, athletic greats, everybody comes to Ben's to try a half smoke, and so am I. All right, mate. Hey, enjoy your lunch. Hey guys, look what's arrived. Chili dog. I mean, it is. So it's a half smoke. It's spicy. Not really spicy, but it's spicier than a hot dog. It's pretty good. Definitely have to check this place out. So back over here, this is the metro station, but this is also a memorial that was put up to African Americans who fought in the Civil War. So this is the African American Civil War Memorial, celebrating those black troops who fought with the Union during the Civil War. You saw the movie Glory, of course, which was the tale of the 54th Massachusetts. But there were many others, and they've tried to include as many of those units and many of those men's names as they have records for. So I was telling you the other day as we went through Georgetown that Georgetown had kind of died a little bit, and it was being replaced as the nightlife district with the 14th Street corridor. This is the 14th Street corridor, and this is where all the new restaurants and shops are popping up as Georgetown has become too expensive and too crowded. They have moved down to this area. So on a weekend night, a lot of the young, trendy crowd shows up down here at some of the new restaurants and bars. There's also a Hong Kong dim sum place down here I come to occasionally. Nowhere near. Oh, that's Le Diplomat. That's a famous French place. Biden went there about a month ago for an unannounced lunch. He actually went there with the vice president, and there was a big press thing. It's impossible to get a table there. Though, about 2 weeks ago, there was a shooting out in front of that place. Go figure. I have to take it easy filming today because, like I said, it's 97 degrees. The camera is very warm in my hands. Oh, that building right there, that's the new Australian Embassy. Advance Australia Fair, or whatever. The Australian Embassy was a dump, to put it nicely. And they have found the money in the last couple years of their budget to build a brand new super embassy just up the street from the White House. That building over there, though, that hotel there, that used to be the headquarters of the National Rifle Association. That's where they had the Museum of Weapons, they had a firing range downstairs, and that's where all the NRA lobbyists used to work. But the District of Columbia government started to give them a tremendous amount of crap. Would not renew their permits for their firing range, would not give them any variances for construction, messed with their cars when they were parking. They said, you know what? Why are we paying money? Why are we paying tax dollars to DC? And they moved their headquarters out to Virginia. Now the NRA has a huge office building out by Dulles Airport. Whew, it is so hot. I'm taking advantage of all the shade I can get. Unfortunately, being in the shade of a tree also means oak mites, which is just going to make me scratch even more than I've been scratching the last few days. Here you see people socially distancing at their lunch. The COVID testing facility that was here yesterday, is a pop-up one, has well popped down and gone. And we are basically one block, let's let him go, one block from the White House now, and well, Lafayette Park. We'll spin in there, and we're gonna go get a soda. The chili dog was actually kind of hot, spicy hot. Still kind of tasting it a little bit. I see a guy biking with like a flag on the back. Could that be the man with the flag we saw riding his bicycle through the reflecting pool? I don't know. We shall investigate. He seemed to have more flags. The guy we saw riding a bicycle through the reflecting pool a few months ago seemed to be really decked out with flags, and this guy just seems to have the one. We got a news crew setting up for a shoot. They've got their little umbrella out here. An umbrella to block the light, and another light to replace what was blocked. Lighting is always such a bear with photography. You love natural light, but then natural light is too bright, especially on a day like today. What do we got? We got some Park Service rangers out here today. This is actually part of the National Park Service, even though it's patrolled by Secret Service. So you see some rangers out here.
Oh yeah, so sorry, definitely. So it would basically be redoing the entire line.
They're speaking about redoing the fountains. So the Park Service.
Caliber, the vice president's company.
Pretty ordinary day. The school groups are back though. You can see these big school tour groups popping up. Got some fire trucks running over there. Not sure where they're going. So there's engine 16. Back at the right corner is the presidential seal. That is the fire truck that is first due to the White House. So anytime there's a call at the White House, engine 16 is, well, supposed to be the first one there. And most of the trucks that service the White House, such as the foam units and this engine and then a tower truck, they all have the presidential seal, sort of little added badge of honor for their unit. There's the seal, engine company 16. the African American History Museum. Got a line to go in. Like all the museums right now. All right, we got a bike rack up here, I know. Let's go check that one out. So this is the Andrew Jackson statue here in Lafayette Square Park. Protesters threatened to pull this statue down along with another statue in Washington, D.C. that they did actually pull down. Someone just sent in my comments that the sword was taken off. He used to have a sword hanging there from that chain, and it has been removed, I guess. Maybe they're going to renovate it. Maybe they just decided to make him less militaristic. I don't know. We'll try to figure that one out. So 17th Street has been closed off for about a half hour now. I think it's because they're giving a press conference in one of the big auditoriums over here in the OEOB. I thought it might be a motorcade, but interestingly, the missile battery is visible. Let me show you that. So I've told you about this before, but it's rare you actually get to see them. There is the Avenger missile battery on top of the new executive office building, providing close-in air defense for the White House area. It's not every day you actually see it in a upright kind of position. Well, it's not upright, it's just there, deployed. But you can see it from the street right now, which is kind of rare. So that was a very long subway ride to get back to where I live. Train was out of service, and the next one was broken. It was just annoying. Anyway, I'm on a scooter now, making the last mile back to my place. Gonna spin through this little neighborhood up in Northwest DC, then take a nice long shower because it is hot. Anyway, we will be back tomorrow. If you enjoyed this, feel free to give a subscribe or a like, or I don't know, whatever you like to do. I will keep doing these as long as you guys are interested, and let me know in the comments if there's something you want to see. Alrighty, talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.